I'm Chris Farrell, and this is On Watch. I've discussed how public corruption is fueled by the flow of Mexican drug cartel heroin across our southern border. Be sure to go back and watch earlier episodes of On Watch, specifically our premiere show and episode 3, to get up to speed on those subjects. Today, we're going to talk about fentanyl. Fentanyl is a narcotic, a very powerful synthetic opioid that's properly used as pain medication. It works quickly and has a relatively short duration of action in the body. Most often, it's used to alleviate pain after surgery and with late-stage cancer patients. For the past few years, there's been an increasing evidence of heroin being cut with fentanyl. Additional analogs or permutations of fentanyl, more powerful and more deadly, have been appearing with increasing frequency and variety. Perhaps most alarming, a lethal fentanyl dose is only about 2 milligrams. That's a very small amount. Outlaw laboratories in China have been creating new, unregulated variants of fentanyl, some of them even more potent than the original. China's chemical and pharmaceutical labs have few regulations and operate often with the cooperation of corrupt government officials. The Chinese fentanyl variants make it easier for drug traffickers to elude law enforcement and create new challenges for both public health and law enforcement officials. A few days ago, I met with a toxicologist who works in the coroner's office of a major American city in the Midwest. The toxicologist told me that all of the heroin overdose deaths in that city involved heroin cut with fentanyl or one of its variants. Heroin is no longer just heroin. That's the disturbing trend over the past few years. The toxicologist told me that a fentanyl analog called carfentanil, elephant tranquilizer, was in all of the overdose deaths the coroner's office was investigating currently. The magazine Science reports that Chinese internet sites advertising fentanyl, carfentanil, and other variants are labeled as research chemicals and sold through the mail to the United States. On one website, carfentanil sold for $361 for 50 grams, tens of thousands of lethal doses. Mexican drug cartels continue to grow and harvest poppies, but now, like the Chinese, they can also get their hands on precursor chemicals and create fentanyl in their own labs. The direct threat to American lives and communities could not be any more grave. According to the CDC, the U.S. consumes 85% of all the world's natural and synthetic opiates. Opioid overdoses have quintupled since 1999. Our decades-long war on drugs has been a half-hearted cat-and-mouse game. We're losing. Vigorous prosecution of a true war on drugs and all of the related public corruption attached to it must begin now. I'm Chris Farrell, On Watch.